From low vibes to manifesting miracles. My personal frequency shift story. I never thought I'd be someone who talked about energy, vibration, or manifestation. Honestly, a few years ago, I would have laughed if someone told me that my life could shift by simply changing my frequency. But here I am. Not just talking about it, but living proof that it's real. There was a time in my life when everything felt heavy. I don't mean the kind of tired you fix with a nap. I mean that deep, soul-level exhaustion. The kind that lingers in your chest, in your mind, in your spirit. I'd wake up feeling anxious, lost, disconnected. I was stuck in a cycle of overthinking, comparing myself to others, doubting everything I was doing, or not doing. I couldn't see it at the time, but I was vibrating at a very low frequency. Everything around me reflected that. Toxic relationships, missed opportunities, financial struggles, and emotional burnout. It was like I was trying to swim upstream while being weighed down by invisible chains. The worst part, I didn't even realize how deeply I was trapped in that vibration. I thought it was normal. I thought life was just supposed to feel like that. I thought maybe I wasn't good enough, lucky enough, or smart enough to have the kind of life I dreamed about. I blamed circumstances. I blamed other people. I even blamed myself. But then, something happened. Something subtle, but life-altering. It wasn't a big, dramatic moment. It was quiet. One night, I was lying in bed, completely drained, scrolling through social media, watching other people live what seemed like perfect lives. I stared at the ceiling and asked myself, why do I feel like I'm missing something? Why does everything feel off? That moment was my breaking point. It wasn't about crying or having a meltdown. It was the stillness, the silence that came with total surrender. I whispered something to the universe, or maybe to my higher self. I said, please, show me something different. I'm ready. I didn't know what I was ready for. I just knew I couldn't keep living that way. And that's when the shift began. The very next day, something in my YouTube recommendations caught my eye. A video about the law of vibration. I clicked on it without even thinking. In it, Bob Proctor was speaking, calm, wise, intentional. And what he said shifted something inside me. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. I paused the video, replayed it, sat in silence. That line, you attract what you are. It hit me so hard I actually felt it in my body. Was I really attracting more struggle because I was being the energy of struggle? Could it be that the universe wasn't punishing me, but simply matching my vibration? That day, I began to learn, not from textbooks or courses, but from within. I started to understand that everything is energy. Every thought I think, every word I speak, every emotion I allow, it all carries a vibration, and those vibrations are constantly creating and attracting my reality. I looked back at my life and saw the patterns so clearly. The days I woke up already dreading the day. Somehow everything went wrong. The times I felt insecure, I was met with more rejection. But the rare moments I felt at peace, in flow, things actually worked out. It wasn't magic. It was alignment. And from that point forward, I made a promise to myself. I was going to raise my vibration. Not just once, not just when things got bad, but every single day. I was going to become the energy of what I wanted to receive. But let me be honest, it wasn't easy. In the beginning, it felt awkward, foreign. I was so used to negative self-talk that saying anything kind to myself felt fake. I'd look in the mirror and try to say affirmations, but my mind would fight back with doubts. Still, I kept going. I started small, a few minutes of gratitude in the morning, catching one negative thought before it spiraled, putting my phone away at night and sitting in silence, even if it felt uncomfortable, drinking more water, moving my body, even if just for a walk in nature. And slowly, I began to feel something shift. My mind got quieter. My heart felt lighter. I stopped chasing and started receiving. I began to feel a sense of trust, a knowing that I was being guided, that life wasn't against me, that maybe, just maybe, it was trying to help me all along. I began to see synchronicities, repeating numbers, random bursts of inspiration, strangers complimenting me, unexpected opportunities showing up, people entering my life who mirrored the energy I was trying to step into. And then, the miracles started. I manifested a new income stream out of nowhere from something I had nearly given up on. I healed a broken relationship that I thought was beyond repair. I felt a deeper connection to myself than I'd ever experienced before. It wasn't about what I was doing. It was about who I was becoming. I wasn't chasing abundance anymore. I was abundance. I wasn't begging for love. I was love. I didn't have to force happiness. Became happiness. And all of that, every single shift, started the moment I decided to change my frequency. Not by pretending everything was perfect, but by choosing to show up differently. I started honoring my emotions instead of suppressing them. I cried when I needed to. I rested when I was tired. I stopped apologizing for needing time alone. I treated myself like someone I loved. That's what really raises your vibration, not just crystals, sage, or chanting mantras, although I love those too, but radical self-honesty, self-love, and emotional responsibility. Raising your frequency isn't about being positive all the time. It's about alignment. It's about integrity. It's about making sure your inner world reflects what you want in your outer world. The truth is, you are always manifesting. The question is, are you manifesting from a place of fear, lack, and stress, or from a place of love, trust, and expansion? Once I understood that, everything became clearer. I started creating rituals that kept me grounded. Morning intentions, journaling, visualizations. I asked myself better questions. What would the high vibration version of me do today? What energy do I want to bring into this room? Am I acting from fear or love? And if I slipped back into old patterns, I didn't punish myself. I just realigned again and again. That's the beauty of vibration. It's fluid. It's always shifting. You can always choose again. So if you're watching this and you're in a low place, I want you to know, I've been there. Know what it's like to feel stuck, numb, disconnected from yourself and the world. But you are not broken. You are not lost. You are not too late. You are simply vibrating at a frequency that doesn't match your desires yet. And with one choice, one shift, one new thought, you can start moving in a new direction. Start small. Drink water with gratitude. Breathe with intention. Listen to music that uplifts your spirit. Read words that expand your mind. Spend time in nature. Speak kindly to yourself, even if you don't fully believe it yet. Your energy is your superpower. Your frequency is your language to the universe, and the universe is always listening. Looking back now, I realize that my lowest vibration moments weren't failures. They were invitations. Invitations to rise, to awaken, to remember who I truly am. And the same invitation is waiting for you too. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the truth of who you've always been. Powerful, magnetic, divine. You don't need to chase miracles. You are the miracle. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment. This is the moment. And if no one has told you this recently, I believe in you. I believe in your energy. I believe in your ability to shift. And I hope that by sharing my story, something awakens inside you. Just like that video did for me years ago. Because when you raise your vibration, you don't just change your life, you change your world. And maybe, just maybe, you help change the world for someone else too.